Yo, what is up, guys? This is JDazzy44 here, and today I'm gonna be bringing you a life story, and this one's pretty fucking crazy. So, this weekend, me and my friend were hanging out, and this girl asked him to hang out, and me being like the nice kid I am, I was basically just like, yeah, sure, man, I'll drive you, like, no problem. So, this girl is like pretty fucking like weird. I don't know why he wanted to hang out with her. So we basically pull up to this girl's house, and it's like, all right, yep, all good. So we freaking look at her door, and there's a fucking bullet hole in it, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So then, like, basically my friend like knocks on the door and shit, and she opens and lets us in, and we're like, what happened to the door? And she's like, oh, my like no big problem. Like my dad just got mad and he just shot a hole in the wall, in the not the wall, in the fucking door. And I'm looking at her. I'm like you don't like. Why would you tell your guests this? Like this isn't making them feel welcome. And I was just wicked sketched out, and we were like, okay. So we walk in our house. There's toys everywhere. It's like basically a big pigsty, kind of like a frat house a little bit. Like that's how I'd put it. It was just like fucking messy as shit, and it was just really, really, really fucking weird. So then we're basically just chilling, and she has like her 4-year-old sister with her, which is kind of fucked up. So her 4-year-old sister was like in the room with us, just like, hi. She's like nice and shit. I was like, oh yeah, like that's your 4-year-old sister. So then this girl goes in the fridge, gets some vodka, and starts doing shots in front of her 4-year-old sister. And me and my friend didn't do it because we're like kind of like, this is kind of weird. Like it's like a 4-year-old girl just chilling right here. But no, she's going hard in front of her 4-year-old sister. She gets a wicked slizzard in front of her 4-year-old sister. And we're like, do you do this in front of your sister all the time? And she's like, yeah, she's used to it. I mean, she sees me do it all the time. And I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. She's like, no, it's not. She's used to it. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, like, this is fucking weird. So then she's like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom for a second. And me and my friend are like, alright. So I'm looking at my friend. I'm like, dude, like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. This is, like, really fucking sketchy. Like, I'm so creeped out right now. And he's like, yeah, I know, man. He's like, we'll gone in a half hour. Like, we're like, as soon as that half hour hits, we're peacing out. Like, this is wicked sketchy. So I'm like, alright, sweet. At least he's on the same page as me. We're just gonna fucking chill here for 30 minutes, and we're peacing. So she comes back with a fucking blunt. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I got this from my mom's room, so I'll just steal it from her. I was like, what the fuck? So she grabs the blunt and starts smoking it in front of her 4-year-old sister. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're smoking a blunt in front of your 4-year-old sister? And it was just wicked fucked up, and she starts doing it and shit. And she looks at the 4-year-old girl and blows the smoke in her face. I'm like, this is wicked, wicked fucked up. And it was just wicked sketchy. And she goes on, she's talking to me and my friend, telling us about how her dad's in jail for possession of guns and shit, and for assaulting 2 police officers. And I'm just chilling here. I'm like wicked sketched out. I'm like cool. Like I don't know what you want me to say besides this is really, really fucking weird. And then she's like goes on talking to me and my friend. She's like, yeah, we should go in the basement. And we're like, why? And she's like, oh, because we always knock on this, like, the way our house was set up is basically like a house connected to another one. She's like, oh, we should basically knock on this, like, dude's house. Like our house is, like, her basement's, like, connected to some dude's house. It's kind of weird. She's like, oh, we should basically knock on this dude's house. And, like, he always, like, threatens to, like, do bad things to me, like, and it'll just be really, really funny. And I'm like, how is that funny? She's like, well, one time he threatened to like pull a gun on me if I like didn't keep like fucking with this house. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going fucking down there. And it was just really weird. She's like, please, guys, please, like, we really should go down there. And I'm like, nah, like, I am not going down there. Like, this is really, really fucking weird. And like, I guarantee if we went down there, like, considering how fucking weird she was, she probably would have like locked me and my friend in the cage so we couldn't leave. Like, she was that fucking weird. Like, it was just sketchy as shit. So my friend's like, no, we're not going down there. So we didn't go down there. Like, thank God. Like, no matter how hard she was pleading and shit, we just didn't go down there. Cause yeah, that probably would have been fucking weird. I probably would have been locked in the cage and never been able to get out. So then that half hour rolls around and it's time to leave. And my friend looks at me. I'm like, give him the look like, let's get the fuck out of here. This is sketchy. And he's like, alright, dude. Like, give me the look like, I got you. Like, we're getting the fuck out of here. So she takes my friend's phone. She's like, you're not leaving. And when I'm like looking at him, I'm like, yeah, we are. And my friend's like, yeah, we are. And she's like, no, you're not leaving. She takes my friend's phone and puts it in her pants. And she's like, you guys are not leaving. And I'm like so sketched out. I'm like, oh my god, this is fucked up. Like, we're getting the fuck out of here. She says to my friend, she's like, I'm not leaving. Like, I'm not letting you guys leave, and I'm not giving you your phone back until you kiss me. And when she said that, I was just like, oh my fucking god. Like, this is just getting weirder and weirder as the moment just fucking comes along. And my friend could not kiss her because, like, he honestly had a thing with someone else, and that would have been really fucking bad if he did that. And he probably would have, like, got, like, fucking killed by the girl or whatever that he had a thing with. So he's, like, talking to me. He's like, Jimmy, like, we really gotta get the fuck out of here and shit. Like, should I just do it? So in that way that chick will just, like, leave me alone or whatever, and we can just get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, dude, you have a thing with someone. Like, this is really fucking weird. Like, you probably should not do it. And, like, she basically forced him to do it so we could leave. So my friend did it. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I knew this was gonna be bad or whatever. So my friend does it, and he's looking at me like, and I'm looking at him like, dude, you just did something that's pretty fucked up. But I mean, like, you do you. I mean, I'm not gonna get involved. Like, not my problem. So, of course, bet you guys can guess what happens. The girl he has a thing with finds out, and apparently, one of the girls that was there in that chick's house took a picture of it. Well, took a picture of the girl sitting on my friend and put it on her Snapchat story. And you'll never be able to guess that the girl that put it up happens to know that the girl that my friend has a thing with. So that was pretty fucking great. So then that chick that my friend had this thing with starts messaging my friends, flipping shit. And my friend's like, Jimmy, like, I'm fucking screwed. I'm like, yeah, bro, you probably should not have done that. So then he's like, gives me his phone. He's like, dude, like, you have to cover for me. You have to come up with some excuse. So being the good friend I am, I come up with some bullshit. I'm like, yeah, that chick was only sitting on my lap because, you know, we were at Jimmy's cousins or whatever. And it was pretty much like a fucking, like, what's that game called? It was an odds are thing. And the odds are I had to sit on Jimmy's cousin had to sit on my lap or whatever. And of course the girl believed it, being a dumb fucking shit. So I got my friend off the hook, and we left the house. But like, I remember, like, I literally freaking ran into my car as soon as that happened, and I get in the car, like, unlock my doors and everything, and just look straight into my front window, like my whatever you want to call it, whatever the fuck. And my friend looks at me, goes, "What's wrong?" And I go, "Dude, I am never fucking going back there again." And I was literally fucking shaking. But something else that was wicked funny was, like, right when we were walking out the door, she, like, goes in the fridge, takes, like, the bottle of vodka she was drinking, fills it all up with water, and there's, like, literally, like, barely any alcohol in it. And she's like, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I do this all the time so my parents won't notice. I'm like, they're kind of probably gonna notice if, like, it's like pretty much 80% water and like 20% vodka in the freaking thing. And she's like, no, I do this all the time. I'm like, I just tell my mom that she's so drunk that she's not gonna know. She's an alcoholic. I'm like, that's not sketchy at all. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoy, and please subscribe. This is JDesi44 here, and I'm out. Tomorrow I'm gonna bring a life story about me and my friends playing basketball this weekend, which was pretty freaking funny. And I look forward to probably doing some, like, I'll show you guys some videos of me and my friends playing basketball and, like, comment on it and shit. It'll be pretty cool. But anyways, guys, this is JDesi44 here, and I'm out.